All right, so let's talk about Code Violet, because this game is one of those experiences where you finish it, put the controller down, stare at the screen, and just go, bro, what was that? And I say that as someone who didn't just try it for an hour and quit. No, I stayed. I played it for hours. I believed in it. When I first booted it up, I'm not gonna lie, I was kinda excited. Dark sci-fi facility, creepy atmosphere, dinosaurs somewhere in the shadows, that survival horror vibe where you're like, okay, something's about to jump me. For a moment, I genuinely thought, yeah, this might actually be it. This might be that Dino Crisis type game we've been begging for. And then I started moving. Bro, why does Violet move like she's wearing shoes 2 sizes too big? I'm not even joking. Every step feels slightly off. Turning corners feels like negotiating with the controller. You're not just fighting dinosaurs in this game, you're fighting momentum. There were times I wasn't scared of the enemy. I was scared I was going to miss the doorway and die because my character decided to moonwalk into a wall. Combat? It works. That's the nicest thing I can say. It works, but it never feels good. You shoot a dinosaur and half the time you're like, did that even do anything? These things tank bullets like they're built different, and not in a cool way. In a, please stop running at me like that way. And yeah, there are tense moments, but sometimes the tension isn't, oh my god, I'm about to die. It's, oh my god, please don't let the controls betray me right now. And don't get me wrong, the atmosphere does some heavy lifting. Walking through those empty corridors, hearing something move in the distance, low ammo, low health, that feeling of, I should not be here, that part actually works. There were moments where I slowed down, listened, and thought, okay, yeah, this is kind of scary. This is what the game wants to be. But then it'll hit you with some jank and you're back to reality. And the dinosaurs, listen, dinosaurs in horror games are always cool by default. That's cheating. But some of these encounters feel less like clever predator and more like broken hitbox with anger issues. You'll die and just sit there like, nah. That wasn't me, that was the game. And you'll reload, try again, and somehow it goes completely different. Now let's talk about the story, because on paper, actually interesting. Humanity is dying, time travel, shady organization doing morally insane stuff in the name of survival. That's solid sci-fi horror. I was into it. The problem is the delivery. Sometimes it pulls you in. Sometimes it feels like the game is rushing past its own ideas like, yeah, you'll get it later. And sometimes you don't. But the real unintentional comedy? The outfits. Bro, I'm sneaking through a facility where humanity is on the brink of extinction. Dinosaurs are hunting me, and the game is like, yeah, but what if you did it in Miss Sassy Sinclair? Like, excuse me? There are pinup outfits. There's a swimsuit. There are costume names that sound like something out of a fashion show, not a survival horror game. And I'm not offended, I'm just confused. It's hard to feel dread when your character looks like she's about to pose for a calendar. And the funniest part? The devs saying they avoided PC because they didn't want vulgar mods. My guy, look at your own game. The call is coming from inside the house. And that's really the theme of Code Violet. Confusion. Conflicting ideas. A game that clearly wants to be serious survival horror, but keeps tripping over its own design choices. It's not broken. It's not unplayable. But it feels unfinished. Animations feel stiff. Transitions feel awkward. Sometimes it feels like an early access game that accidentally shipped, and that hurts, because you can see the potential. You can feel it. There are moments where everything lines up and you're like, okay, if this was more polished, this could actually be something. But then 5 minutes later, you're fighting the controls again, or laughing at an outfit name, and the immersion is gone. So do I hate Code Violet? No. But do I think it needed more time, more polish, and maybe fewer pinup decisions? Absolutely. This is one of those games that you don't play because it's amazing. You play it because you wanted it to be amazing. And by the time you finish it, you're not angry. You're just disappointed in that quiet, tired gamer way. Like, man, it could have been so much better. And if you've played it, you already know exactly what I'm talking about.